Look around you, at the rushing river of this world. A current so strong it pulls everything in its path towards noise, towards worry, towards a hollow kind of living. You feel it, don't you? That undercurrent of anxiety, the quiet fear that you're missing the point, that your soul is becoming thinner, quieter amidst the roar. What if you could step out of that current? What if the deepest peace you've ever imagined isn't a destination, but a person? And he left you a map, written not in complex philosophy, but in earth-shaking, soul-rearranging truths. This is your moment. This is your warning and your invitation. You must hear this before it's too late. We are about to journey into 5 teachings of Jesus Christ that don't just inform your mind. They can, if you let them, surgically change your very soul. Stay with us. If you're ready for a shift, for a true awakening, hit subscribe and join our community at Following Jesus Daily, where we seek the narrow path together. Let's begin not at the beginning, but at the very heart of the earthquake. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You heard it, Luke 17:21. Jesus did not say, "The kingdom is in a distant heaven waiting." He did not say, "It is only for the pure or the perfect." He looked at the broken, the weary, the tax collector, the sinner, and declared that the very reign of God, His sovereign rule and manifest presence, is an interior reality. You are searching for palaces and finding only dust, when the throne room is already established in the secret place of your spirit. This is the first great soul change, a migration of your search from the external to the internal. The world screams that you must build your kingdom, your status, your image, your wealth. But Christ whispers the revolutionary truth that your kingdom is a prison, and His kingdom within you is the only true liberation. This teaching dismantles the soul's addiction to achievement. It means your worth, your identity, your citizenship is not up for vote. It is sealed within. Close your eyes with me for a moment. Breathe, and in the quiet, acknowledge it. The King is here, in you. His kingdom is now. This reality changes everything. It means your soul's soil is royal ground. What are you planting there? Continue. Now, from that inner kingdom flows a river that washes away every foundation the world stands on. The last shall be first. Matthew 20:16. This isn't a nice proverb about patience. It is a divine inversion of every system of power the human soul clings to. Your soul is wired for self-preservation, for climbing, for being right, for winning. Jesus walks into that fragile structure and declares it a death trap. He says the path up is down. The way to gain your life is to lose it. The soul that insists on being first, on being served, on holding on to its rights, that soul is already last in the economy of heaven. It has traded the eternal for the temporary. But the soul that kneels, that washes feet, that chooses the back seat, that celebrates in secret, that soul is, in God's eyes, soaring at the very front. This teaching changes your soul by breaking its addiction to comparison. It liberates you from the exhausting race. Your value is no longer tied to being ahead of anyone. In fact, you are free to cheer them on as they pass you. This is the psychology of the cross applied to daily life. It hurts the pride to hear it, doesn't it? That sting is the sound of a chain breaking. Let it break. Today, practice the sacred inversion. Seek the lowest place. Serve in secret. Surrender the need to be acknowledged. In that surrender, feel the strange, weightless freedom of a soul that is first in the only eyes that truly matter. This is how you store up treasure where moth and rust cannot destroy. Continue. And from that posture of holy humility, we are handed a weapon of eternal power, a command that feels impossible until it becomes the air you breathe. Love your enemies. Matthew 5:44. The soul naturally contracts in the face of threat. It builds walls. It rehearses wrongs. It nurtures the cold fire of resentment. This feels like justice, like self-protection. But Jesus reveals it for what it is, a soul-drinking poison. To love only those who love you? Even the world does that. But to look at the one who has betrayed you, who has slandered you, who represents everything you oppose, and to will their good? To pray for their blessing? This is supernatural. This is the very heart of God, who sends rain on the just and the unjust. This teaching changes your soul by severing the link between another person's actions and your inner freedom. Your enemy holds the key to a prison cell inside you, a cell of bitterness. Loving them is not a feeling. It is a deliberate act of spiritual warfare where you take that key back. You disarm them. You declare, "My soul is not your hostage. It is God's temple." This is where the rubber meets the road. Think of that person right now. Feel the tension. Now, in the quiet of this moment, obey your Lord. Pray for them. Not a prayer of condemnation, but a prayer for their grace, their awakening, their peace. Do it now. The kingdom within you expands with every syllable. This love is the final unanswerable argument of heaven. It changes you long before it changes them. It proves whose child you are. Continue. Yet such a soul, living from an inner kingdom, walking in humble love, faces a brutal truth. The world will hate you. John 15:18-19. This is the sobering medicine we must swallow. The changed soul becomes a foreign body in the system of this world. A life that reflects Christ's light will expose the comforting darkness others live in, and they will recoil. They will misunderstand. They may even persecute. Do not be surprised, Jesus says. If they hated me, they will hate you. This teaching changes your soul by delivering it from the idolatry of approval. It prepares you for cost. It turns persecution from a shocking disaster into a strange, bittersweet confirmation. You are walking the same road as your master. Your soul is no longer tossed by every changing wind of cultural opinion. It is anchored in the fellowship of his sufferings. This is not a call to seek martyrdom, but to stop fleeing from the discomfort of being different. A soul that needs to be liked by everyone is a soul in chains. A soul that is prepared to be hated for the sake of truth is a soul that has found a profound and unshakable peace. It can love without needing anything in return. It can speak truth without fear. This is the strength of the early church, a strength we have often traded for cultural relevance. Reclaim it. Let the world's rejection be the proof that you are no longer of it, but that you are forever, securely, his. Continue. So we arrive at the final, anchoring truth for a soul changed by these fires. Do not worry about tomorrow. Matthew 6:34. This is the practical fruit of all that has gone before. Anxiety is the soul's confession that it is relying on its own power to manage an uncontrollable future. It is a form of atheism, a living as if God is not on the throne, as if his kingdom within you is not a reality. Jesus points to the birds, the lilies, utterly dependent, utterly glorious. He asks the piercing question, Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Your soul is strangled by tomorrow's phantom problems, while today's manna from heaven goes uneaten. This teaching changes your soul by training it in the radical discipline of present tense trust. It moves you from being a director of your own drama to a worshiper in God's unfolding story. Your Father knows what you need. Tomorrow has enough trouble of its own. Do not borrow its shadows to darken this holy, present moment where God's grace is fully sufficient. Breathe. Listen. Look. The God who dresses the wildflower in splendor is clothing your spirit with strength for this hour, only this hour. Your soul, when it truly lives in this trust, becomes a sanctuary of peace in a frantic world. It is the ultimate testimony. So, we end where we began, inside. The kingdom is within. From it flows humility, divine love, holy courage, and perfect peace. This is the soul change Jesus offers. It is not too late, but the hour is later than you think. Will you remain in the rushing river, or will you step onto the rock and let these truths rebuild you from the soul outward? If your spirit says yes, then begin today and walk with us deeper on this path. Subscribe to Following Jesus Daily. Until next time, may the peace of Christ, which transcends all understanding, guard your heart and your mind.